The world didn't have it until colonization started in the 15th century.
And it's the one blood type that is least likely to mutate or interact with other blood types.
In the previous pandemic, we would never know this information.
The original mutations are thought to date back nearly 20 million years.
A rare blood type discovered among Native American lineages has shaken up the entire scientific community. While its existence has been known for a while, its importance is still a puzzle. Researchers believe it might hold clues to ancient migrations and forgotten chapters of history, potentially even revealing details about the very first human settlements in the Americas. What could this discovery possibly mean? Do people with type O blood need to be worried? Blood types, a story beyond the red liquid. Blood is a lot more than just the crimson liquid that pumps through our veins. It's a complex and fascinating story that tells us about human evolution and genetics. Understanding blood types, the very things that make our blood unique, unlocks a treasure trove of knowledge about our past. This intricate system categorizes human blood into 4 main groups: A, B, AB, and O. But what dictates your blood type? It all boils down to tiny markers on your red blood cells called antigens. Imagine these antigens as flags that signal to your body's defense system. An A flag identifies a friendly red blood cell, while a B flag does the same. People with type AB blood are special. They wave both A and B flags. Then there's the enigmatic type O, lacking A or B antigens altogether. This absence grants type O blood a unique power. It's the universal donor. In emergencies, someone with type O blood can be a lifesaver because their red blood cells are less likely to trigger an immune response in the recipient. But here's a puzzle. Why is type O blood more prevalent among indigenous populations in the Americas? A universal donor. The answer lies in the remarkable story of human adaptation. The lack of A or B antigens might have offered an evolutionary advantage, potentially providing better resistance to specific diseases. This benefit could have helped these populations thrive and pass on their type O blood to future generations. Some theories even suggest type O blood might offer protection against illnesses like malaria, although this connection is stronger in Africa than the Americas. The global distribution of blood types paints a vivid picture of human history. It whispers tales of great migrations, the crossing of continents, and the remarkable ability of our species to adapt to diverse environments. While type O is the most common blood type globally, its prevalence varies greatly by region. In the Americas, particularly among indigenous peoples with deep ancestral roots, type O blood is significantly more frequent. The high prevalence of type O blood among indigenous populations in the Americas has piqued the curiosity of scientists for decades. It signifies the long and fascinating story of adaptation, whispering clues about the challenges faced by these early inhabitants and the traits that helped them persevere. Imagine blood types as a fingerprint of sorts, each one reflecting a unique genetic makeup shaped by the environment over millennia. One theory suggests that type O blood might have offered an advantage at high altitudes, like the Andes. The environment there is thin on oxygen, making it difficult for the body to function properly. Here, type O blood might have held the key. Some researchers believe it may be more efficient in transporting oxygen throughout the body, a crucial benefit for those dwelling in such demanding conditions. This journey of discovery through blood types is akin to following ancient footprints across the vast and diverse landscapes of the Americas. It's a story brimming with secrets, chronicling the remarkable resilience and adaptability of humans over time. The narrative begins with the initial human migration to the Americas, a monumental event that unfolded over thousands of years. During the last ice age, a land bridge existed where the Bering Strait is today, serving as a passage for these early explorers from Asia. They brought with them their genetic makeup, which included the blueprint for type O blood. This specific blood type, it turned out, was a silent harbinger of their ability to survive and thrive in new environments. Scientific studies have shed light on the fascinating distribution of blood types among indigenous populations. For instance, A groundbreaking study conducted in the 1980s on Native American groups in Arizona revealed a remarkable statistic. A staggering 99% of those tested possessed type O blood. This isn't an isolated phenomenon. Similar trends have been observed throughout the continent, from the frigid north of Canada to the lush rainforests of the Amazon. Understanding this distribution goes beyond simply pinpointing geographical locations. It delves into the intricate interplay between environmental factors like altitude and disease prevalence, and how these factors might have influenced which blood types offered an evolutionary advantage. In essence, type O blood may have played a crucial role in promoting the health and survival of indigenous populations. So the burning question remains, why is type O blood so prevalent among indigenous Americans, the native people? One theory suggests that type O blood might have offered a shield against infections, a significant advantage considering the harsh realities of life before European contact. The absence of A or B antigens on red blood cells could have made them less susceptible to certain diseases, which were likely more prevalent and perilous back then. Additionally, people with type O blood seem to thrive across diverse environments. As indigenous peoples migrated across the vast canvas of the continent, those with type O blood might have had a higher chance of survival and raising families, thus propagating this blood type further. Over millennia, this could have led to the dominance of type O blood that we observe today. However, the story of type O blood extends beyond weathering harsh conditions or fending off illness. It's also a narrative of interconnectedness. The widespread presence of type O blood across various indigenous groups suggests a shared ancestry that predates the arbitrary borders that now define countries. Thanks to advancements in DNA technology, scientists can now trace family lineages and ancient migration patterns with greater precision. These studies reveal that type O blood has been a cornerstone of the Americas for a very long time. The story of type O blood in human history isn't merely an academic pursuit. It holds significant implications for our health practices. This blood type plays a vital role in indigenous communities, especially in emergency situations where blood transfusions are necessary. Type O blood, the universal donor, is immensely valuable. However, within many of these communities, despite the high demand, access to this life-saving blood can be limited. This shows the critical importance of blood donation, particularly for those with type O blood, in ensuring the well-being of these communities. For years, scientists have grappled with the question of why such a high percentage of indigenous people, particularly those residing in harsh environments like high altitudes, possess type O blood. This mystery has captivated the scientific world. We are now embarking on a journey to explore the various hypotheses that have emerged over time. These theories propose that type O blood might have bestowed upon ancient people certain advantages, enabling them to thrive in some of the most challenging environments on Earth. Our exploration delves into the intriguing possibility of how type O blood may have aided adaptation to high-altitude living. Take the Andes Mountains, for example, stretching along the western flank of South America. Here, people have thrived for millennia. However, life at such extreme elevations, where oxygen is scarce, presents a huge challenge. The human body must adapt to function properly in this demanding environment. Notably, a significant portion of the indigenous population residing in these high-altitude regions possesses type O blood. This observation has spurred scientific inquiry into a potential link between type O blood and the ability to flourish in oxygen-depleted environments. The significance of this connection extends beyond mere historical survival. It offers potential insights into human physiology and our capacity to adapt to diverse environments. This captivating area of research merges history, genetics, and human biology, painting a captivating picture. So why might type O blood be particularly advantageous, especially at high altitudes? Blood flow and oxygen delivery. Let's dissect this notion through two key concepts: blood viscosity and oxygen transport, alongside the body's defense against illness. Imagine your blood as a flowing river within your body. A smooth, rapid flow facilitates efficient oxygen delivery to various organs and tissues. Interestingly, type O blood exhibits a unique characteristic. It behaves like a faster flowing river. Typically, it's less viscous compared to other blood types due to a lower concentration of specific substances that contribute to blood thickening. This implies that in low oxygen environments, like high mountains, possessing type O blood might aid the body in more readily acquiring the oxygen it needs. This would be a significant advantage for maintaining health and activity in thin air. Now, let's shift our focus to fighting off illness, another potential area where type O blood might offer a benefit. Consider a time before the advent of modern medicine, when illnesses were rampant. Back then, having type O blood might have translated to a lower susceptibility to certain diseases. Malaria serves as a relevant example, although it wasn't a major concern in the Americas prior to European arrival. Nonetheless, the observed lower illness severity in those with type O blood is intriguing. It's almost akin to having a built-in shield against specific pathogens. Scientists believe this could be attributed to the relatively smooth surface of type O red blood cells. Disease-causing organisms, such as bacteria or viruses, often rely on specific attachment points, like the A or B antigens, on red blood cells to invade and cause illness. The absence of these antigens on type O blood cells might make them less susceptible to such attacks. The absence of A and B antigens on type O blood cells throws a wrench in the plans of disease-causing organisms. Without these handy hooks to latch onto, pathogens like bacteria and viruses struggle to gain a foothold and wreak havoc. This translates to a potential advantage for individuals with type O blood, especially in the harsh realities of a pre-modern world. We've delved into the past, but how does type O blood continue to influence health and survival today? The notion that type O blood offers a broader shield against illness extends beyond the case of malaria. Think of type O blood cells as inhospitable places for a variety of germs and pathogens. This could have resulted in reduced susceptibility to infections, leading to fewer illnesses and lower mortality rates. For isolated indigenous communities in the Americas, this resistance to sickness would have been a game changer. In close-knit groups, the spread of an illness could quickly become catastrophic. Therefore, the potential barrier against disease offered by type O blood would have significantly boosted survival chances. However, the story goes beyond just immunity. Dietary patterns varied greatly across indigenous communities in the Americas. Some groups relied heavily on fish and seafood, while others subsisted primarily on plant-based diets rich in corn. Interestingly, some scientists propose a link between blood type and food metabolism for optimal energy production. For individuals with type O blood, protein and fat-rich diets, characteristic of hunter-gatherer lifestyles, might have been more efficient fuel sources. This theory, while not directly related to high-altitude adaptation, adds another dimension to the intricate interplay between blood type, diet, and environmental adaptation. Finally, a crucial aspect often overlooked is the life-saving potential of being a universal blood donor within a close-knit group. In indigenous communities, mutual aid was paramount for survival. Possessing type O blood meant the ability to donate blood to anyone in need, someone injured, a woman experiencing childbirth complications, potentially saving their life. This invaluable contribution undoubtedly elevated one's status within the community, potentially increasing the likelihood of having children who would inherit and pass on the type O blood type. While exploring the potential benefits of type O blood is fascinating, caution is necessary. It's inaccurate to claim one blood type reigns supreme for survival. This concept is multifaceted, influenced by a complex interplay of factors: the environment's air and soil composition, prevalent germs, dietary patterns, and the strength of community bonds. More likely, type O blood's prevalence in certain regions stems from its multifaceted advantages, not just a single factor. Geography also plays a significant role in shaping blood type distribution. These variations hold historical secrets. Though type O is the most common globally, its presence isn't uniform. In some areas, type O dominates, while others have higher concentrations of type A, B, or AB. These variations resemble breadcrumbs left behind, guiding us through the migratory paths of early humans as they dispersed across the globe. Deciphering these patterns sheds light on how humans adapted and thrived in diverse environments for millennia. Africa, the cradle of humanity, boasts a high concentration of type O blood, leading some to believe it may be the ancestral blood type. However, the landscape changes in Europe and Asia. Western Europe skews towards type A, while venturing further east into Central and Eastern Asia reveals a higher prevalence of type B. This regional shift in blood types narrates a story. It suggests that over vast stretches of time, humans subtly adapted to their surroundings and communities. Now, let's turn our gaze towards the Americas and its first inhabitants. Here, we encounter something remarkable. Among many indigenous groups, type O blood is nearly ubiquitous, far exceeding global averages. This discovery holds immense significance in understanding the initial people of the Americas. The high prevalence of type O blood among indigenous populations in the Americas acts as a giant clue in the captivating mystery of how this continent was first populated. Scientists theorize that the answer lies in the distant past, during a time when colossal land bridges made of ice connected Asia and North America, aptly named the Bering Land Bridge. The prevailing theory suggests that the initial human groups who traversed this bridge to reach the Americas predominantly possessed type O blood. Once they arrived, the Americas remained isolated from the rest of the world for millennia. This isolation, coupled with factors like which individuals procreated and which traits aided survival in this new environment, led to type O blood becoming increasingly prevalent among their descendants. However, the story of type O blood extends far beyond the Americas. Let's embark on a journey to explore how this blood type connects people and places across the globe. The Americas remained a solitary landmass, cut off from the wider world for countless years before European arrival. This isolation is crucial to understanding why certain blood types are more common here than elsewhere. The lack of outside contact meant that new blood types were unlikely to be introduced. Consequently, type O blood, the original type present, became increasingly dominant among the existing population. Additionally, as we discussed earlier, these people faced a multitude of challenges, including harsh weather conditions and various diseases. Having type O blood might have offered them a survival advantage in these demanding circumstances. By comparing the prevalence of type O blood in the Americas to other historically isolated locations, like Pacific Islands or remote villages, we can glean valuable insights. These locations, too, have their own unique narratives explaining the dominance of certain blood types, shaped by their distinct histories and periods of isolation. However, what truly stands out is the significantly higher concentration of type O blood in the Americas compared to anywhere else on the planet. This speaks volumes about the ancient history and captivating stories embedded within these lands. This exploration ignites a plethora of intriguing questions about the migration patterns of ancient human groups, the routes they traversed, and the strategies they employed to survive. As we delve into the history of human movement, from the distant past to the present day, we discover that the long-standing presence of type O blood holds immense significance for modern medicine and the ways we ensure human health today. Delving into the ancient origins and survival advantages of type O blood unveils its profound impact on modern healthcare, emergency response, and overall blood availability. The critical importance of blood type compatibility cannot be emphasized enough. Here's where the unique qualities of type O blood come into play, making it a cornerstone of emergency care and surgery. Type O negative blood holds a special place as the universal donor for red blood cells. It can be safely transfused to anyone, regardless of their blood type, without causing an adverse reaction. This is life-saving in emergency situations where time is of the essence and determining the recipient's blood type isn't feasible. While type O positive blood isn't universally compatible, its usefulness, is undeniable. It can be transfused to anyone with a positive Rh factor, encompassing a significant portion of the population. This adaptability of type O blood to various scenarios makes it invaluable, especially in cases of severe blood loss during accidents or surgeries. The high demand for type O blood, particularly O negative, translates to a constant global need. In emergency rooms, natural disasters, or war zones, type O negative blood is the go-to choice for transfusions when a patient's blood type is unknown. This underscores the critical role of type O blood donors and the importance of maintaining sufficient stock in hospitals and blood banks. The constant, global need for these donors highlights their vital contribution to health and survival during crises. However, the very characteristic that makes type O blood the universal donor also presents a challenge. Its versatility leads to high demand, often exceeding supply. Healthcare systems around the world face the constant struggle of maintaining adequate type O blood reserves while fulfilling daily needs for medical treatments and emergencies. This is a hurdle that hospitals and blood banks everywhere grapple with. The influence of type O blood extends beyond blood donation. Research suggests a potential link between blood type and susceptibility to certain diseases, such as heart problems or infections. Understanding these connections holds promise for personalized preventive medicine and targeted treatment strategies. The potential link between type O blood and a lower risk of heart disease or a different reaction to certain germs has ignited the curiosity of scientists. This research delves into the intricate world of genetics and human physiology, with the potential to revolutionize how we approach healthcare. Imagine a future where doctors tailor treatments based on individual needs, including blood type. Understanding the connections between blood type and specific diseases could fundamentally reshape disease prevention and treatment strategies. However, the significance of type O blood extends far beyond its health benefits. Concerns around fairness and accessibility in healthcare arise when considering its universal donor status. Ensuring equitable access to type O blood, especially in regions with lower prevalence or limited healthcare resources, is a critical challenge. Efforts to encourage blood donation, improve blood storage and transportation, and foster international collaboration are crucial to bridge this gap. The ultimate goal? Guaranteeing that everyone, regardless of location or circumstance, receives the life-saving transfusion they require. Now, let's delve deeper into the contemporary relevance of this ancient blood type within the hospital setting. Here, we explore the enduring impact of type O blood on modern health, a life-saving legacy. The global distribution of blood types opens a window into who we are, our origins, and how populations have evolved over time. However, navigating this realm necessitates a sensitive approach. Respect for privacy, informed consent, and cultural awareness are paramount during such investigations. As we unravel the story behind type O blood, its historical roots and present-day implications, valuable insights emerge. These will shape how we approach blood donation practices, guide future genetic research, and inform the development of inclusive healthcare policies. Exciting advancements are underway in the field of blood substitutes, rapid blood typing methods, and even gene editing to address blood shortages and improve compatibility. Nonetheless, the inherent versatility of type O blood will likely remain a cornerstone for saving lives in emergency situations and surgeries. Understanding our genetic makeup, like deciphering the secrets locked within our DNA, is a powerful tool that unveils the hidden stories of our ancestors and ourselves. This knowledge empowers us to build a future where healthcare is accessible and personalized, ensuring everyone has the opportunity to live a healthy life. The prevalence of type O blood among indigenous populations in the Americas acts as a beacon, illuminating the migratory paths undertaken by our ancient ancestors. By examining the distribution of blood types, we gain insight into the remarkable voyages that shaped human history. But the power of DNA extends far beyond mere historical understanding. Today, it offers individuals a chance to reconnect with their deepest roots, as exemplified by the story of a descendant of the legendary Sitting Bull, DNA analysis allows us to retrace the footsteps of our ancestors, providing a deeper understanding of our origins and identities. The advancements in this field have revolutionized genealogy, enabling us to delve into our ancestral tapestry with unprecedented detail. Through meticulously analyzing specific genetic markers, experts can reconstruct migratory patterns, encounters with other populations, and the intricate web of human interaction across time. This has been particularly empowering for individuals seeking to confirm their indigenous heritage, lending scientific credence to long-held family narratives and traditions. For indigenous communities, where history is woven into the very fabric of their existence, ancestral stories and customs often forge a profound connection to the land and their forebears. DNA testing acts as a bridge, solidifying existing family ties, revealing previously unknown branches of their lineage, or even rewriting personal narratives. This newfound knowledge can be a deeply moving and transformative experience, particularly for those of indigenous descent. It fosters a stronger sense of belonging, bridging the gap between historical records and their own personal stories, bridging the past and present. The ability to pinpoint genetic markers unique to the first inhabitants of the Americas holds immense significance. It establishes a tangible link to the earliest people who graced these lands, offering a glimpse into the diverse cultures and societies that thrived long before European arrival. For many, understanding their indigenous DNA is not merely an exercise in intellectual curiosity. It represents a reclaiming of identity, a restoration of connections severed by centuries of colonial control and displacement. This deep ancestral bond transcends the realm of the past, impacting contemporary life in profound ways, shaping cultural practices, social dynamics, and even legal frameworks. DNA testing serves as a potent bridge for individuals navigating their place within indigenous communities. It fosters deeper engagement with cultural practices, languages, and the vital bonds that bind these groups together. Additionally, for some, establishing this ancestral connection through DNA holds immense significance. It paves the way to secure certain benefits, rights, and the respect accorded to indigenous peoples. The transformative power of DNA technology is undeniably evident in the story of Ernie Leo, a direct descendant of the esteemed Lakota leader, Sitting Bull. DNA testing proved conclusively Leo's lineage, solidifying a family connection that transcends mere knowledge of ancestry. It represents a profound connection to history itself. Sitting Bull embodies the unwavering spirit and resilience of Native American people. For Leo, scientific confirmation wasn't just about validation, it signified a profound affirmation of his family's legacy and a continuation of their enduring link to Sitting Bull. This exemplifies how DNA bridges the gap between past and present, empowering individuals to reclaim their heritage and cultural roots in a meaningful way, both for themselves and their communities. While the prospect of uncovering one's indigenous ancestry through DNA is undeniably exciting, it also necessitates careful consideration of potential ethical challenges. Protecting individual privacy, ensuring informed consent for testing, and safeguarding against misuse of genetic data are paramount. Understanding the intricacies of DNA in relation to cultural affiliation within a tribe is another crucial aspect. Indigeneity encompasses far more than just one's genetic makeup. It is woven into the language one speaks, the traditions one observes, the acceptance within the community, and the daily life experiences DNA tests cannot capture. Furthermore, concerns regarding the commercialization of DNA testing and ancestral tracing have emerged. These raise questions about who has access to, utilizes, and profits from such sensitive genetic information. We must ensure that this technology empowers indigenous people while respecting their rights and perspectives. As DNA testing becomes more commonplace, it's critical to ensure it serves as a tool for strengthening, not jeopardizing, indigenous communities. Responsible conduct necessitates conducting these tests in a culturally sensitive manner, fully respecting the unique rights and wishes of indigenous peoples. Ultimately, It's about harnessing this new technology to honor everyone's history and personal narratives, while ensuring indigenous communities retain control over their own genetic heritage. What do you think about the link between history and blood type? Do you find it fascinating? Sound off in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.